out there, he's the one that was doing the laughter. He's the one that's throwing the laughter, a ridicule way at us. He's looking at me as if to say, you know, total disdain. He's looking at us as if to say, you know, what are you lot? What are you here? What, you know, that feeling. And around the arm, this arm here, for some reason, he's got this, again, I've got this on top of the leather tightness. I'm getting a big metal thing on his wrist here. He's quite proud to show me that. Right. Who are you? Who are you? He certainly doesn't want us here. He does not want us here.
Who is he?
He's warning us. Who are you? Come on. Let's see how brave you really are. He's just said these words to me. I'm going to repeat them. Forgive me.
Go on.
He said, you are shit. He said to me, you are shit. Oh, jeez, please. Okay.
Who is he?
Who are you?
Give us a name.
What? He's pronounced Blythe! Blythe! He's saying to me. Go on. More. More. I'm not afraid of you. Do you see what I've got here? For all of us. Protection. Look at me. Yes. Oh, you ducking your head. Who are you? He said, Blythe. It sounds like Simpson. Blythe Simpson. Simpson.
Blythe Simpson.
His eyes, the anger in his eyes.
Whereabouts
it's like the bulge in here.
Where?
In his energies here. No. Look at him, he's, look, the gesture with his hand.
Can
trying
you feel
to knock
him?
my hand.
Can you feel him?
What? Okay. He's, what? This here in front, he's just threatened to put it round me neck. Oh, yeah. Okay, you good, are you? Yes. This is what it did. This is what we put it round.
He was a hangman.
He was what? He was a hangman. He was a hangman. He was next. I mean, he loved doing what he did. The execution. He loved it. He loved the agonies. It's still with him. It's quite, to me, that is quite evil. What's in this corner? This energy. And you know, he's never. This soul. He's never going to leave here. He's no intentions. What? We better get out before Marwood comes.
Marwood?
Who's Marwood? Marwood will get us out.
Did you just make a noise, sorry, down in that room there, Kieran?
I didn't. No, there was a click.
It was like a click, like a footstep.
Yes,
oh,
that could be Marwood. Who's Marwood?
There was a footstep down in that room there.
He's just said you'll soon find out.
There was
You'll
a footstep.
soon know.
I heard it behind me. Did you hear it, John?
Yeah.
Tom, did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard that.
It was Tom. It was Carl.
Oh. Okay. Come on, show us your bravery. See what you can do. What do you want to do? We're here. We've come back. I can hear another voice. That's not his. Who is it? Who's this? Who is it? Are we protected? We're all protected. Okay. It's just William Marwood. William Marwood's here as well. He's helping him. You cannot hurt any of us. None of you. Neither of you.
Should we go into the cell?
Yes, please. Yeah, let's go in.
Okay. John, that's right behind you where we're going to go in.
Behind you.
Not
Okay.
behind that, isn't that? But your object.
Yeah, but we could still go in and have a look.
This is the condemned man's cell. This is the cell that, this one here. Do you want to go in this one here, the condemned cell, Carl?
I'm just more
there.
concerned there's a trigger object in there and I don't want anyone actually touching it.
Okay.
Just in case.
Fine.
Should we go in there though?
Go
Just
in
be
there,
careful.
Just be very careful.
Okay. Okay. You're right, Derek.
Yeah.
I'll go in.
Is everybody all right? How's everybody feeling, by the way?
Well, I've had to go outside just a second ago because I felt...
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
We don't go beyond this point.
This blind. It's something in my hand. There's someone... What? Okay, Sam, bless you, thank you. That sounds... To me, that's a surname. He's saying about Turner. 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 They did cruel, very bad, cruel things to Turner. Turner was here. Turner doesn't forget. Turner returns. Turner returns. Oh, what was Turner? Who was Turner? Yes. Yes. They executed him. Who? Blythe. He's in torment. He's in torment, Ivy.
Okay.
This man.
When did he die?
When did he leave his physical? When did he leave? Is he grounded, Sam? Yes, he comes back in a miserable state. All because of Blythe, who tortured him. He jailed. He's the jailer. He tortured him and taunted him, and then he was taken. Oh, and he took so much time to take this man's life. And Turner is in torment. Turner is in torment. Turner comes in here.
Can I just check? Don't... Just
Yeah,
have a-
I'm making sure he doesn't step back.
I know, but has it moved? Just check, Kieran.
No, hasn't moved yet. We'll watch
Keep
the
an eye on
tape
it. Okay.
later on tonight.
Okay. So Turner. Okay, he's quite prominent here, isn't he?
Okay. And also, he's saying that there's another one that is also... Oh! Someone's trying to come in. No. No.
You're right.
Yes, I'm okay, Vic. I'm not letting it... No. No. Sam says he's good. No, Sam. No. No. Check him out, please. Check him out before I let it know. The feelings do not feel right to me. He's kidding me, Sam. Come on. You said your protection now. Come on, I told you last time. No. No, no. Who is it? Make him establish himself first. And then I may. Make him establish himself. Let's go with what you're always telling me, the rules, Sam. The codes.
I'm doing it.
You're going to be okay, Ivy, I promise. It's just oppression, and they know what they're doing with you, okay? Remember what Simon's told me, what I've passed on to you, okay? They cannot do any more than this dishevelment. They're working on that. They're working on your emotions. Don't let them beat you, Ivy. Come on. You show them. Come on. Come on, Ivy. It's Ludlam. No, step back. Step back from me. No, I said. Who are you?
Can I get out? Because I think
Yes.
I'm
Okay. Come on, Ivy. Come on. Okay. Oh, my head's going here. Come on. Come on, Sam. Stay close. Stay close with me, please. Bless. Bless. Okay. Now, you do. Only so far. Only so far. No, he can't. Sam, he can't do it. He doesn't know how to do this. It may hurt, Sam. I can't... Who is it, please? Let's establish who the soul... It sounds like... It's another Isaac. Is it Isaac?
Okay.
It sounds like Isaac Ludlam. Is that how I pronounce it? Isaac Ludlam. He suffered. He was another that suffered. He comes back with Turner, and it's as if they've got this vengeance of spirit to surround this Blythe. They want to get Blythe. They come back into the atmosphere to get Blythe. Well, you know, to a certain degree, please, Bless, don't mind me saying this, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them for the torture, the injuries, and then the terrible stuff. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry.
Good. No, come on, you're okay.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
That was the energies.
Okay, we're gonna go to a break. Okay, we're gonna stay here in the jail, though I wish we weren't. But please join us after the break. It's absolutely horrific in here. I'm hating every minute of it. Are you all right, Dawn?
Yeah.
Okay, join us after the break. You all right, Derek? Yeah.
Well, a very big welcome back to Most Haunted Live. We're in Derby doing what we do best, and that is probing the paranormal. Now, things are really hotting up. We were in Derby jail before the break. Now, this is unfinished business for Derek Akora. Derek and Yvette both experiencing very strange things before the break. Names, Bly Simpson, William Marwood, Turner, Isaac Ludlam all coming out. And Yvette also crying again. That's the second time she's cried in Derby jail. Now, historians, what do you make of, particularly, let's start with this bald chap, long-stained hide leather cloak, laughing, and also with a big metal thing on his wrist. Who's he?
Frequently seen in Derby jail, bald man, leather body warmer, no sleeves. Lots of people have seen him. Picked him up as being Blythe Simpson, the jailer at Derby jail.
And Derek Akora came out with that name?
Yes, he did indeed. Yeah, yeah. Impressed, very impressed.
You're impressed?
Of course I am.
Are you impressed?
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds impressive so far.
OK, what about William Marwood?
No, you've gone.
Nope, you have him.
William Marwood was a hangman, and he travelled to Derby on many occasions to Derby jail. And he hanged people. He was
So 2 out of 2.
Famous.
What about this Turner returns?
Oh, I can't believe this. William Turner was one of 3 men hanged and beheaded in front of Derby jail in 1817. And William Turner's great-great-granddaughter has returned from Australia to Derby jail.
So Turner really has returned?
Oh, God, and listen to this. When she was in the condemned cell, she burst into tears, and she had to be removed and taken out of the jail. Can't believe it.
And what about this Isaac Ludlam?
One of the 3 men. Isaac Ludlam was also hanged and beheaded with William Turner.
So you're impressed?
Yes.
Right, let's ask Matthew Smith. Matthew Smith, are you impressed?
I'm not as impressed, I think, as Rich would be in terms of the names.
Oh, come on, Matthew. Bly Simpson, William Marwood,
exactly,
Turner
yeah.
returns, Isaac Ludlam.
I'm not saying they're lucky guesses again. This is information that's available. What I'm kind of more intrigued by is, I think, Yvette's response. But remember, before she even went into that the condemned cell, she was very jumpy. She was very much primed. She really didn't want to go in there at all. So there may well be something about that location that's causing those kinds of experiences. But we must also remember the psychological impact of expectation. You know, being worried, being anxious about going in there, and, you know, that can cause a very emotional response.
What about you, David? What do you make of Yvette crying for the 2nd time in Derby jail? And before this show, she said to me, I'm very, very anxious about going back to that place.
I mean, I fully understand what Matthew's saying. However, from my perspective, this kind of work works on an emotional level. It is not working, I think, on our intellect. It works on an emotional level, and that's why she's feeling it. Very often, as a medium, that's the first thing you feel, is the pain, the anguish of the spirit you're talking to.
All right. OK, now I want to go and talk to our audience, because the stories out here are remarkable. Now, where's our First Lady? Right, you're over here. Let me just squeeze in here. You've been to Derby jail, haven't you? What's your name?
Faye.
Faye, you've been to Derby jail?
Yes, we did a charity sleepover last Saturday night. I spent 12 hours there.
And what did you see?
Personally, I didn't see a great deal, but friends of mine saw lots of different things.
What did you see?
It was very oppressive. There was lots of orbs and, you know, the atmosphere was awful, basically.
And what else? You saw something on camera?
A friend of mine was filming using a night vision camera, and she saw a man with a bald head, and she nearly dropped the camera and screamed. And
the same man with the bald head, who may well be Bly Simpson. OK, thank you for that. What about this lady here? You've also been to Derby jail, haven't you?
Yes, we were there earlier on today, and I had to come out the condemned man cell because I felt really sick.
Are you a believer?
Well, I believe more now. I was a bit more sceptical before.
All right, thank you very much. OK, I'm just going to come over here, because now where's the next person? Yes, where are you? Oh, there you are. Goodness me, there are so many of you. Right. Now, we mentioned this name earlier on in McCluskey's nightclub, which was Elizabeth Payne.
Yeah, I got Elizabeth before Derek, but I got Elizabeth Page. So
You got Elizabeth Page?
Page, and not Payne.
You're a believer, I assume?
Yeah.
And you believe you have paranormal, or at least psychic ability? You don't?
No, not at all. No, never.
Okay.
I'll get Elizabeth Page.
Right, let's join Yvette, Derek and the rest of the team back in Derby Jail.
Came from behind you. In that cell? In that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we've just all heard enough. Tell everybody, what have you just heard? Turn the camera around, John. What have you just heard?
I just heard, I'm standing in front of the cell and I just heard a tap. I heard a noise next to me.
Okay, what else?
We thought it came from that.
Which cell?
It was very close here.
Who, all of you, say if you've heard it. Who heard it? All of
I
you.
thought it was coming from that one with the door shut.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
The one with the door shut?
Yeah.
Should we go in there?
Yeah.
Should we go in?
we
Okay,
go in.
Kieran. Okay. You all right, Dawn?
Yeah.
Yeah? You feeling fine?
Yeah.
Feeling happy? You're much braver than I am, Dawn, let me tell you that. Has it moved? Has it moved?
That click was the tape recorder
Right,
stopping.
okay. Good, logical explanation for everything. This is good. Okay. Do you want to, should we ask for something? Should we
Yes. You ask if
Me?
Yes. Come on, because they were trying to impress to you. So, you know, I feel they'll respond to you.
Okay.
They're not going to harm you.
Oh, right, okay.
We've got protection, okay?
If anybody out there, the crew, any of the investigators, hear anything, feel anything, see anything, just please shout out, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
We'll do.
Okay. Is there anybody here? Are there any spirit people here in this room? Any spirit people here in this cell that can hear my voice? If you can, please try and communicate through our medium here. Use his energy, use our collective energy and try and communicate through us. Try and get a voice link. Try and give us more information. If you are here, I know you're here, please try. We want to communicate with you. Please try and do something. Try and touch one of us here. Please try and do something. Show some lights. Make a noise. Make something move. Anything at all. There's a cross on the floor. If you can make it move, please try. Do something. Make the temperature drop. Try and communicate. Get a voice link with our medium here. We're here to help you. If you want to leave this place, please try and communicate with us now. Please try hard. We're here. We want to help you. Can you hear my voice? If you can hear it clearly, please make a noise. Bang on something, move something, touch one of us. Make the temperature drop. Do anything at all. I know that you are here. Anything, Derek?
No, not yet. I'm just waiting
Okay.
for his conditions.
You all right, Derek?
Yes.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
I've got my lungs feel it.
You all right?
Yeah. I've got an impression on me, you know, on my shoulders. It's not your hand. It's okay.
No.
It's at the back of me. It's at the back of me. I feel it's kindred. I feel it's benevolent, okay? And I feel, you know, I feel as if this soul that's come close here, Ivy, I feel was tortured badly. And, you know, with this soul, oh, that's wretched, you know. I got this feeling earlier on, I didn't quite understand what it meant. I feel as if this person tortured in such a manner, as if I've got my side, I go to my side, it's my right side. I know I'm taking on his conditions. And it's as if this person, this evil person, got some kind of blade and cut to the side and to the front. And it's like as if, you know, one of these organs, it was taken out, screaming in agony before his life was taken. And, you know, this screaming and this debauchery, I don't even put, of this soul that did this to him, this jailer. That's the only way I want to say jailer. I want to say jailer. And, you know, and I feel this person who is that him, Sam? The one I saw early, who had no hair, and this long, draped leather type thing hanging, and he had this metal bracelet with things hanging from it. He was the one who did this atrocity. He did this, and the man was in sheer agony. And, you know, he's come back, and he comes back here with vengeful thoughts, and I can't blame the man. I can't blame the soul. I just can't. Forgive me, but it's as if he wants his vengeance, and he's replaying it all the time. He's coming back into the system of things, of this ether, and he's looking for him. But you know, as he's looking, this Blythe is not here. He stays out the way.
Who is this person?
The name Blythe, who's here, who comes here, I feel he was the one that did this, like, torturing. I also feel it's like as if he's really arrogant, nasty of heart, soul and mind. And I feel he took sheer pleasure of this torturing of men, of these souls, and then finally taking them. And I feel, you know, the strangulation, the hanging, the taking out of it the lot, and his dirty, horrible, nasty atmosphere stains this place. And it's just nothing short of evil. And I feel it'll stay here for all time.
How are you feeling,
fabric.
Bert?
I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah.
Dawn?
Yeah, fine. You're all right? Yeah.
Eyes. Oh, God.
Go on, just say it, don't
Eyes. Eyes. Come on, you're all right. Come on. I trust you. I trust you. Come on, keep trying then.
All right.
Yes, okay. He says, enter. Come on, come a bit closer into my aura. Come in closer. I can hear him very strongly. Isaac Ludlam. Isaac Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam. Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
When did he die? Can you tell us when he died?
Please help. He's saying, please help him. He's going through torment. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me.
Okay, well,
please help me.
We'll help you.
He keeps on saying, please help him. Please help me.
Okay, you're all right.
Please help me.
You okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still okay. I'm still in control. I'm just encouraging him.
Okay. Does he know when he died? Can you ask him?
I'll try.
Yeah.
Isaac, when did you leave? When did you leave your physical? Please try. Come on.
Okay. Please join us after the break and we'll find maybe when Isaac died, and we'll stay around here for a little while longer, so join us after the break. All right. We're going to record what happens over the break, if anything. Please stay with us.
Welcome back to Most Haunted Live, the only TV show that truly investigates the paranormal world as it happens, and it is only on Living TV. Now, it's been a remarkable night here in Derby. If you've just joined us, then where have you been? This is our second night of 3 live broadcasts right over the summer solstice, and of course tomorrow night we're back again between 9 and midnight. And in that show we'll be holding a live séance with more unsuspecting members of our audience. I'll tell you more about that later on. Also, Elizabeth Payne, I asked you to ring in, fax in, if you had information about Elizabeth Payne. Fantastic news from a relative. I'll tell you about that in just a second. But we're moving to our next location now to continue the investigation. And guess what? We need another member of the audience. Okay, so this is your chance where you may join the investigation team. So what I want to do is ask Paul once again to lower the lights and to put those randomizer lights on. Are you ready for this? Okay. You know the score this time. You have to count down from 10 to 0. And when we get to 0, the person who is chosen will join the team. Are you ready to start counting? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where has it gone? There's a lady there. Lady there. Stand up for us. Come and join me. Come and join me. Right, she's left. She's left me. Well, she's being escorted out by our floor manager to join the team as they go and investigate the friary. But I told you about Elizabeth Payne. Come with me because Richard Jones, you have some great news about this.
Very good news, actually, yes. We've had a message from Peter Morris, whose great-great-grandmother actually was involved with the theatre, and her name was Elizabeth Payne. She was married to Ashley Payne, who was a stagehand at the theatre. She worked as a seamstress, and she did work part-time at the theatre, repairing costumes, etc. She didn't actually die at the theatre. She died in Derby, at her house in Derby. But
she would have spent her life in that theatre.
Not a life, but she would have visited. She spent time there. She was married, as I say, to a stagehand there. And it's a name that he came up with the name. We do have to say he did.
How easy would it have been to look up that name?
Not easy at all. I mean, I've been beavering away here whilst Richard's been going about his stuff, and I've been trying to find that name. We've gone through all the records, and Derek came up with it in the location.
You couldn't find the name?
We couldn't find the name at all.
Thank you very much for that. Who's that from?
From Peter Morris.
Peter Morris, thank you very much for that. Matthew Smith, what do you make of that? Elizabeth Payne, not a name you can look up, not a name the historians can get. Derek comes up with a name. That's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive. I actually found it quite fascinating. I haven't got a ready explanation for it. I mean, if that really is the case, that we've got a link with that name. And again, I think we need to do more checking to see how easy that could have been found out. But it's not an obvious one, so no, on the face of it, it seems very impressive.
What does that mean, Matthew?
Well, I'm not saying it necessarily means it's paranormal, but, you know, that's one possible explanation.
I don't think the audience particularly like your explanation there.
No, I'm agreeing that it is very impressive. Again, I don't think we know enough about the conditions to say whether or not have we truly ruled out a possible normal explanation, but on the face of it, very impressive indeed.
Okay, David Wells?
I think he wants to raise a white flag myself and surrender that one. I think it's interesting that she's chosen to haunt this place. The question I have is, she didn't die there, and that's the question people are going to say. She didn't die in trauma, she didn't die there, so why is she there? She's a theatre lovey, where else would she be? She's in the place she likes.
Thank you very much. Okay, Julian, what have you got for us?
Right. Well, very busy, David, on Interactive. Just a few things have come in to mention here. Alex from Aylesbury said, when Derek mentioned fire at McCluskey's, their fire came on at home. These kind of things happen all the time almost. Or people ring in or they text with their stories. Many people have been saying they can smell burning candles, such as Susan, her daughter in Devon, Chris in Chester, Alan in Norwich. The competition...
Oh, yes.
We had 13,000 texts for the tickets.
Yes, I know.
Wait for this, because Robin over here has got...
I'll leave you to it, Julian.
Yeah, Robin has been keeping an eye on the text. Robin, how many people have texted for the competition?
Well, we've had over 19,000 texts already for the competition, which is fantastic.
Right, we're almost breaking the record of our last Easter special. Now, the webcams, how have they been looking? Now, first of all, Michaela, webcam 1.
Yeah, we've had some really interesting trends tonight. A lot of people have been seeing hooded creatures, women in a full skirt, and they've been hearing the sound of running water, strangely. A lot of people at 10:40 wrote in about that.
Yeah, that is a trend, actually, on the webcams, running water. Let's move to Dan here, who's keeping an eye on webcam 4. What are people saying, Dan?
Well, we've been getting a lot of reports about an adult-like figure and a child-like figure in some kind of argument of, something heated.
Again, an argument. You every time you do a webcam, you get people having an argument.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, Camille, you're looking at webcam 3. How's that going?
Oh, it's been really busy. We had over 40 people type in to actually say that they're at 10:30 tonight. They actually heard groaning of a man. And actually, we've just had a recent one at 10:44. We've had 3 people say they all heard a child's voice shout, "Help me, help me, help me."
Right. Okay, and running water as well. Have you had that?
Yes, we did have that.
Okay, so that's webcam 3. Webcam 2, Jane.
Well, some screaming, but mainly a figure in a dark cloak. Lots of thespian figures, which isn't that surprising since it's one of the stage areas. And many people came through to us about 9:30 to 10, telling us they saw a woman in white.
Okay, now the experiment, that's the piece of wood. Big response on this. Ellie over here has been keeping an eye on your responses on this. Ellie, what have people been saying?
We've had a lot of suggestions that it's a trapdoor. Some people are seeing it as part of the stage when the nightclub was still a theatre, but most people are saying that they think it's something to do with the gallows.
Right.
So a lot of people think it's from the jail.
So keep those texts coming in. And of course, your psychic art. Now, Elizabeth Payne, David talking about a relative of Elizabeth Payne faxing in. We're getting some pictures, some psychic art from you. Here's one. Is this Elizabeth? Morris has sent that in. That's pretty scary, that one. Here's another one from, I think that's Max there. Is this Elizabeth Payne? So that one's come in. This is one of, is this a man at the jail? Oh no, the nightclub, there you are. And you can see probably a bearded man, so that one's just come in. And one more for the moment, Noose there. Is that John, says Kitty. So, thank you. Keep those coming in, and we'll report back on how it's all going a little bit later on. David, back to you.
Thank you very much indeed, Julian. Well, I've just been told some breaking news about Derek. Now, Derek had just gone to the Friary, which is our next location, but he stood outside and he is refusing to go into the building because, to quote him, there is something too dark and too nasty within that building for him to go into. So what he's done, he's gone for a drive around Derby to clear his head. The rest of the team are preparing to go into the Friary, which is an amazing building. It's a building which was built in 1213. It was used as by the Dominican friars, and it was also known as, who were also known as the Blackfriars. Now that's the 3D graphic of where they are going. It remained a friary until Henry VII dissolved the church, and in the 1850s the mayor of Derby's son actually shot himself in room 106. In 1925 it became a hotel, and then it became a pub in the 1990s, and all of the friary is believed to be haunted, which is supposedly why Derek won't go anything near it. What did he say? Nasty, dark work. Our team took a closer look a few days ago.
Downstairs, the Friary is a nightclub, but when you come upstairs, you're faced with this very ornate corridor with rooms on either side. There's one room in particular that has a great deal of poltergeist activity, and that is room 106. There is a mystery that surrounds room 106. The Mayor of Derby's son shot himself in this room, and still to this day, nobody knows why. Poltergeist activity is rife in here. The wardrobe doors open on their own, the table moves, taps turn themselves on and off, and also a ghost sighting of a man hanging from this beam has been seen.
I've had loads of different experiences here since I've started. There's quite a few. But the one I'll tell you about is the seance that I did in this room here with some of the staff members one night. There was about 5 of us, and we all went into the room, and we sort of sat down holding hands, and there was a table next to us, and as we started talking and saying, is there anybody in the room, the table moved away from my leg, and I thought it was the girl that was stood next to me. And I asked her, and she said that it wasn't, so we moved the table completely out of our way so that nobody was touching it, carried on asking if there's anybody here, if anyone could make a noise, and the table moved across the room, and we all saw it, and we all got quite scared, and we all ran out of the room.
There's an amazing amount of psychic phenomena, ghostly goings-on that happen here in this building.
Perhaps the most common kind of paranormal activity down in the cellars is that of ghost sightings. Many people have actually witnessed the sight of friars, and that's hardly surprising seeing as this place used to be a friary.
There's been about 4 electricians that have come to the building to do different things with the lights in the club, and each one of them have seen the monk that's down there, and the lighting guy was down there fixing up some lights, and the electrician was with him saying which power points he wanted to use. So the lighting guy went back upstairs, the electrician was left down there on his own, and he turned around to get his tool bag, and stood in the doorway behind him was a monk, and he left his tools, he left his job, and he left the country, and no one's ever heard of him since.
The other thing that is quite strange is many staff members refuse to come down into the cellars on their own because they feel that they're always being watched.
I don't like going down there on my own at all, and I won't go down there on my own because I hate it.
So, what will happen in that dark, nasty place that Derek Acorah won't go into? We'll find out after this break. Well, welcome back to Most Haunted Live. You join us here in the hub. This is our operations centre. Now, I've just heard that our last audience member, Jenny Griffiths, is about to join the investigators over at the Friary, and so will we. Now, we will do that, but only after we've found the results of our fantastic psychic experiment, and Julian and David Wells have got back together. So what have you got for us in the, with regards to the answers of this experiment?
Yes, amazing response tonight on this. We had our bayonet last night, and tonight this piece of wood. And David Wells is with us, who's our medium and astrologer, who's going to do a psychometric experiment live on the programme now. David, I've got what the viewers have been saying here, lots of response, but I'm not going to read that out just yet because I want you to touch this piece of wood. And you've been feeling creepy about this all evening, but you didn't want to go near it, did you?
No, I hate it.
Yeah. So, do you want to touch it?
I did have an opportunity to touch it earlier.
Yeah.
It's quite, I mean, I said about emotion, it's emotionally very upsetting. I am trembling because I'm so close to its energy. I think it came from the jail, stick my neck out on that one, and the neck being stuck out is something this board is very, very friendly with. I think people were beheaded, garroted, hung, drawn and quartered. This was the board used. And I think what's really interesting for me is the natural thing would be to think they lay on it, and I don't know whether it's sometimes or always, but I think they may very well have been tied to it and standing up, and they're slashed and their entrails are around out. Lovely.
Extraordinary.
Enjoy your curry.
Oh. And how does this work for people who are watching you and haven't seen this happen before? How does this work for you, and how do you feel it?
I think for me, you can see I'm trembling.
Yeah,
I'm actually trembling. I don't like the sensation of it, but I'm close enough to feel the energy of it.
Right.
But for other people who are just linking in, I think there is such a powerful, psychically powerful piece of equipment.
Well,
that's what they're picking up on.
Three people, David. Pippa from Clevedon, David Simmons from Derby, and C. Still from Basildon got it right. And let me tell you, this object here is a hanging, quartering and beheading block from Derby Jail. In 1817, 3 men were hanged in front of the jail and beheaded on this very block. And it's supposedly haunted by these men. People who've touched the blocks say that it feels wet to the touch, which it does. I can say that. It's supposedly the blood of the 3 men which never dries. That's what they say. And the names of the 3 men whose blood haunt the block are William Turner, Isaac Ludlam, and Jeremiah Brandreth. Well, you can make the connection there. Extraordinary. Thank you for getting involved. And David, thank you as well.
Thank you.
It's really quite upset. David, back to you over there.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. And well done to you, David Wells. I think that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Give him a round of applause. Thank you. That's absolutely amazing, David. I'm totally staggered. I think that is absolutely incredible. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, it's time now to move to our next location. The team are now ready. We'll join them now as they enter the Friary.
Nice, yeah. There's a funny smell in here. We're actually we're here in the basement of the Friary. There's sort of like quite long tunnels, and we've just come in here. We've got our audience member Jenny. How are you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah, you feel absolutely fine.
Yeah.
All right then. Now, Kieran, what do you think of this place so far?
Again, this is more claustrophobic than any of the other places we've been into. It's very low. We're very, very low underground as well. Picked up some EMF readings, which is just the wire going across here, so we need to be careful of that. There's certainly a smell here. I think we're all getting a bizarre smell.
Can everybody, John and Carl and Kath and Sally, can you smell what we can smell?
No.
You can't smell it?
We're not quite in the room now, we've kind of just
I'm standing by the door.
Come on in a little bit and come and sit and smell, and then tell us what you can smell and before we say anything. Tell me. What does it smell like to you, Tom?
I'm struggling to smell anything, I'm afraid.
You can't smell it?
No, I can't smell anything.
That is weird. It smells to me like a sweet, musty smell. I can't recognise it, but I know... Oh, what is it? It's like old... It's like B.O.
That's what I was going to say.
You were. It's like B.O., but none of us are, you know,
No.
we're all freshly
showered.
Freshly showered, so it smells like strong men's B.O. That's what it smells like to me.
You know, Ivy, I can now, if I may, link in with this. I feel like your senses and all our senses are picking up something through. It's an expression coming from the ether, the atmosphere here, coming from the walls, coming from below here, because as you're standing here and we're all standing here in this area, suddenly I'm seeing men at work. They're going up and down, they're in cloaks, they've got hoods and what have you, and it's like as if they're working and what have you, and that odour is through this like hard work doing what they're doing. You see, at the moment in time, I couldn't believe it. I was transported to thought, and the only way I can describe it, I was in an abbey, like an abbey, and I'm getting those conditions just coming out at me, and yet I'm also hearing this like chanting, a group chanting, and at any given time going through here, movement of what have you, of these. The only way I can describe them, monks.
Okay.
And there's a lot of monks in this area. A lot of them.
When we first arrived here,
yes,
we were off camera, we were coming in the car.
Yes.
You and Kieran, we were in the car together.
Yes. Yeah.
You were completely sort of taken over. You were you were in serious trouble, and to the point where you actually said to me, "I can't. What is this building? I can't. I'm blinded.
Yes.
It's dark in here. It's nasty."
Yes.
How are you feeling now? And you actually had to be driven round a couple of times.
Because for the first time ever in my work and mediumship to date, I've never undergone that experience. I don't know whether it was 4, 5 or 6 seconds, it seems as if I was blinded, and right in front of me was this dark, and you know, the smell, was in front of me.
Can you smell that?
And I thought I was blinded.
It's almost like it's changed slightly too.
Yeah, and you know, it was like, it was a horrible sensation, and you know, my sight came back, and it was a sense of foreboding, you know, coming into this building. Now, those conditions, I've got to say to you, honestly, are not coming through. You see, I want to go to, thanks, Sam's just done this to me, and it's something major, something in connection. 1, 2, that's 12. It looks like 12, 2, 3. 12, 23.
Okay.
And I want this, not like this. And I'm hearing and I'm seeing these people, and they're walking up and down, and I'm seeing a lot of them working, doing things, and this sweat is coming through. I feel labour. However, this has got nothing to do with that experience that I had in the vehicle.
Okay.
This is totally separate.
Do you want to walk forward?
No, it's not.
Sorry, don't.
It's dark and nothing short of evil.
So it's still dark,
yes,
but it's a different sort of feeling to what you had outside?
Absolutely.
Or? Okay.
It's totally separate.
Let's walk this way and go to the right.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that a lot of the staff that work here, they will not come down here on their own.
Yes.
They're too terrified.
Yes.
Things have been seen here.
Yes.
Shadowy figures.
Yes.
No, do you want to go through that door?
Okay, yes.
You all right? What's the matter?
1747. Oh, my.
You all right?
Yes, okay. They're giving that to me very strongly. Can we go in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You all right? You okay? Yeah?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, yes.
I'm not happy about this.
Oh,
You all right? Are you okay? I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy. We're
Come on,
going
Ed.
into the dark.
Come on, Evie.
You all
Okay.
right? You all right, kiddo? I've got your hand. Okay. Oh God, please, this is
Okay.
horrible.
Now, as we come into this energy here,
Oh God.
you okay?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is.
We've got a couple of souls. There's two separate. I want to come forward to that time, 1700 something here, and I've got two souls, a male and a female, and these two souls, there's no two ways about this. They were dark, they practiced in the dark, and they were evil, and can I say, they've, the only way I can describe it, what's left here in this ether, and you know, these two are active.
Here, in this area?
Yes.
Do you want to, John, do you want to go down there? Because we can't even see. You've got the night vision camera. Just take the camera down there. When you get to the bottom, I don't even know what's at the end there.
It's like a door.
Okay. Okay, go on then. You right, John?
Lead down that way.
Are they here, Derek?
The energies are leading that way, yes.
Huh?
It won't open.
It won't open. Put the camera through that hole in the top. Where does it lead?
It's an empty room.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Full of stuff. It's full of.
That's where it was practiced.
Was it?
Yeah.
Can we pull that door?
That was it.
What's behind that door? Can we not? What is it?
No, I tried.
Oh!
Oh, come on, let's go. You're right, okay.
Oh, it's a junk room. They've just got junk in there.
Right.
Okay. But let's keep it
It's in
open.
there. That's where it was. That's where it all started. Okay.
When you, oh God, when you say it, when
These
it's
two
all
souls,
started.
these two souls, round those times, practiced the most darkest forms in trying to connect with evil, and in the lower planes of the spiritual realms, they've attracted those dark conditions.
Are you saying they
It's-
practice the dark arts?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
And they were successful in attracting and bringing these conditions. There's a word called like attracts like, and likeness and thought. They attracted souls who were not good souls when they were in the physical body to manifest here, and this is evil. This section
And
is
this
evil.
happened in this room
In here.
Okay.
Can Derek get a name at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll try.
I've just lost all sound, not picking anything up from the hob, so... Are you picking up a name?
Yes, I'm just concentrating so hard for this. Go on. It sounds like... Am I pronouncing that right, Sam? You'll have to help me with this. It sounds like mileless.
Mileless.
Mileless. Mileless.
Any more?
Is that surname or first name, Sam? Mileless. This was a... Oh, it's given me a mental imagery here of a man. He was quite tall, long, bedraggled hair, unkempt, and he's some kind of a... I haven't seen that sort of hat before, covering on his head, and he has a cloak. I can't make out if it's colour and it's dark.
You keep concentrating.
And he's got a symbol
Please join us after the break and we'll find out
He's got
more
a
about this
symbol
character. Stay with us.
on his back, and he's got a symbol on the forefront, the chest here. And he was the one who summons these.
Well, welcome back. It is fast approaching midnight. You're watching Most Haunted Live here on Living TV. It has been an exceptional night here in Derby. So much has happened. Yvette and Derek are still at the Friary, and we must go and rejoin them right now.
Because even though it wasn't at that level...
Okay. What do you want to do, Derek? Sorry, do you want to actually go through into the other room where we first started, or would you prefer to stay where we are now?
Well, either, it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
You know, the energies, because they're on that.
Well, let's go back into that room, because I, for one... Oh!
Yeah.
The entire time Derek was talking, that wasn't going off. And then just before we came back on air, this started going.
Yes.
Why would that be?
Very strange.
Well,
very strange, because we've been through here, and it didn't pick up anything up
There's
before.
nothing from above. It wouldn't pick up any... That's...
No, well, I was standing here in the break anyway, just looking around and...
What's it
switching
reading?
On. Just need to see. It's at 10.
At 10
10
again?
milligas again.
You know, if it's behind us right now, okay, in there, okay, I can make out the female's outline.
You can see...
I can see a female's outline. And can I just say, she's got a head ducked. She won't look, she won't give us eye contact. She's an evil one.
Can
She's
she do something?
accomplice.
Come on, do something. Can you do something? Make something here. Throw something. Come on. No, I think that's somebody.
That's above, isn't it?
That's the female.
Yeah, that's just somebody walking.
And the male, okay, she's given me this mentally. I'll pronounce it Stowell. 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 She was with him. She did these things. I feel these were partners. 1700. And you know, they did some really terrible things in their worship.
Did they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Do you want to... Should we move back
Yes,
through that
please,
way?
yeah.
Okay. Has the EMF gone off now?
It's gone off.
It's gone off?
Yeah. That was because she's, you know, nipped into the atmosphere here.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's quite interesting. What do you think to that, Kieran?
Well, it's definitely one theory. I just find it very, very strange that all of our time in here, while Derek was talking initially, it didn't go off. And then when, just before we came back on and Derek was saying about the female, it was going.
Yeah.
It's just...
So you find that interesting, yeah?
I find it very interesting. It'd be interesting to hear what Matthew has to say. Right.
Where's our lovely audience member? Are you all right? We were holding each other's hands so tightly, weren't we? Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go back in that one.
Back in this one?
Yeah, because I want to see if that smell's still there.
Yeah.
Does it smell the same to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Not quite as strong, but it's...
Jenny, does it smell the same to you?
A bit stronger, I think.
Yeah? Could you smell it before?
Sweeter before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also 2 or 3 degrees cooler in here.
Is it?
Compared to the other room.
Oh, right, it's not dropped since we first came in?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
it's just naturally cooler.
Okay. So, these people that you're picking up, you've given this Stowell,
Stowell.
the name there?
Yes.
Okay. Any other names that you can think of?
It's got to be, you know, actually given to me and just...
Okay. Okay.
You know, Evie, this is what I get with these two. In their worship to the dark force and the dark side, I feel... it's a stench of it. I feel that they're only babies.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And I feel rituals here at these two. And I see the symbol of babies.
Yes.
Sacrifice. Oh.
Not nice at all. Does this place need clearing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's got a stench that...
All right.
It's horrible.
Well,
it's horrible.
What I want to do is we're going to come back to the hub, but I would like, if it's all right with you, Kieran, and also John, could you stay here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy to do that? Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll leave you two down here. We'll make our way back to the hub. Is that all right, David? So we're over, coming back to you now. We're going to leave John and Kieran here at the Friary, OK?
Lovely, thank you very much indeed, Yvette. Now, I'm with Richard Jones and Richard Felix. I want to go back to David Wells and the psychometry that he performed. Yes. He came up with the piece of wood he said was the piece of wood where people were hanged, drawn and quartered in the jail. Are you impressed by that?
Totally, it's absolutely correct. It's a drawing, quartering and beheading block. 3 men were hanged and then beheaded on that block on November the 7th, 1817, and the amazing thing about all of this is that I substituted that block this afternoon because what, in fact, was coming here was a candle sconce from Derby Jail.
Which is like a thing a candle goes in,
And I said, this is ridiculous. I got that out and I put it in my car about 4:30 and brought it down here. Nobody knew what it was, and most of the people that were here have been referring to it as a door because nobody knows what it is. It's very, very good. I am very, very impressed with that.
I just want to ask David Wells as well. David, when you were actually doing this psychometry, you were visibly moved.
Yeah. Things like that, they store that energy. Imagine the energy, the pain that these people were quite clearly in, and it stores the energy. That's exactly what these objects do. Everything in the world is energy. You know,
because I said to you, I thought it was very impressive that you got it right, and you said to me it was so easy because of the energy that was emanating from it.
Absolutely. It's such a powerful object that it was like reading a book.
And you had tears in your eyes?
Yeah, I still have them now because the energy's still, it's still around me, and it's, it'll probably take me a wee while to get rid of it.
Well, does that mean that you can actually feel the history coming from it?
You have to tune in a little bit more to get the history. I think the initial thing you feel is quite simply the pain and the humanity of it. It's the humanity you sense from them.
Okay, and what do you make of that, Matthew?
I think I'm impressed by that as well. I can confirm, as Richard was saying, that I find it very impressive because we have been, when it's been referred to as either a piece of wood or earlier on people were talking about it as though it was a door. And I think what David said it was and what it turned out to be isn't an obvious guess. I wouldn't have made that kind of guess. So again, and I'm fairly confident that David didn't have any background knowledge about it.
So you believe that David has a gift?
I'd like to do some further investigations.
Oh, if I hear that one more time, Matthew, I really...
Well, why not? That's how we're going to find out more about this kind of stuff.
Okay, Julian?
David, thank you. Now, here's a story. Becky Lopez in Leicester, she's a Most Haunted Forum member too. Last year, Becky and her friends conducted an overnight vigil in Derby Jail, and they experienced several strange phenomena. One man felt hands on his shoulders, and the people around him were convinced they could also see hands. And Becky and a friend shut themselves in the condemned cell, and at around 4 a.m, her friend Ray felt something touch her, and they asked if there was a spirit entity present, at which point there was a loud shuffling noise from the corner of the cell. Extraordinary story. More from Interactive later, and the winners on the competition. David.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for that, Julian. Now, obviously, Kieran and John are still at the location, but I can tell you that Kieran has moved into a different part of the location, and he is actually now going to perform a scientific study. So he's moved away from the part that Derek described as nasty and dark. And after the break, we will be welcoming back some of our investigating team, and of course, Yvette Fielding with the incomparable Derek Okora. I'm sure our audience will give them a huge response as they enter the hub, which they left just after 9 o'clock, some 3 hours ago. So make sure you're back after the break. We'll see you in just a few minutes' time. Hello, welcome back to Most Haunted Live for this, the final part. Now, tonight has been fantastic. Yvette and Derek are just moments away from arriving back here at the hub. We can't wait to see them and give them a huge reception. It has been an astonishing night. It really has. And thank you to all of you for your calls, your texts, your emails, particularly to Mary Booth and her daughter Mary in Falkirk, saying the show's been fantastic, so thank you for that. Sue Myatt and Jack in Leicester, who say it's brilliant. And Chris Ollis says it's the best Most Haunted Live so far. He's also sent us what he thinks is automatic handwriting. Let me just show you that. Chris, that is not automatic handwriting. It's a little drawing of the crew. So, thanks for that. Lovely drawing, but thank you very much for that. OK, Gillian.
David, we have got the results of the competition. 23,000 people texted for the competition tonight. It was quite extraordinary. To win goodies like the rucksack, the T-shirt, very valuable these. You get one of those in the pack. The digital camera the size of a credit card, your own EMF reader, and a lot more. Fantastic response. So, here are the winners. Sue Fenn from London, Ilford in fact, Catherine Soden from Rotherham, Richard Egan from Caerphilly, Chris Elliott from Colchester, Julian Powell from Deeside, Annie Lawrence from Axminster, well done Annie, Michelle Jolly from Greater Yorkshire, Vicky Glenister from Essex, Fiona McClellan from Edinburgh, and Tanya Robinson from Manchester. So well done to all 10 of you. Over £3,000 worth of prizes given away to those 10 people, £300 each, so well done to all of you. And the answer, by the way, of course, is what happened at Stratford-upon-Avon was a spoon that was going through the air, nothing else, a spoon. So well done to everyone who got that right, but those are the winners, so congratulations. And a great night tonight on the text. We've had 13,500 sightings on the website, which is also a record. It's been an amazing evening. Thank you very much. David, back to you.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, I'm with the two Richards over here in History headquarters. What I want to know from you, how have you felt tonight has been historically? How accurate has Derek been?
Historically, it's been interesting. I think the Elizabeth Payne one is very interesting indeed. I think coming up with a name that is difficult to find.
Because this is always the difficulty, isn't it? That we say, oh, well, he could have looked it up in a book. But in this case, it appears he couldn't have looked it up in a book.
As far as we know, yeah, he couldn't have looked it up. And as I say, I've been beavering away trying to find that name.
And what, obviously, that particular name, but what about all these other names, particularly in Derby Jail? Blythe, Simpson, William, Marwood, Turner and Ludlam. You said those were the Pentrick plotters. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It's good, but it is in all the history books. There's a lot about it, so, I mean, that is readily accessible.
Do you share that view, Richard?
Yeah, I do, very much so. That Elizabeth Payne is amazing. Nobody could have found that out, I promise you. And it's also taught me tonight, of course, that what you do is substitute something for something else, and just look what happens, because I'm very impressed with tonight. It's been fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. OK, what about you, Matthew? How have you really rated tonight? I know I've given you quite a hard time.
Unlike you, is it?
I know, but I mean, you know, even you have to admit that it has been pretty impressive.
Well, it has, yeah. I mean, a number of things have happened that on the face of it, look very impressive. Again, I think that name is unusual because it's not one that's easily accessible. It'd be good if we can get back in touch with the people, the person who faxed in to give us that name, so we can actually corroborate that and get more information. But again, on the face of it, fantastic.
OK, thank you very much, Matthew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been told our intrepid investigators are back. So please will you welcome Yvette Fielding and Derek Okora. Over there, go over there. Right. Well, you know, you're all here. OK, now, I mean, it's for us, it's very easy to sit and analyse what you've been through tonight. Just tell us what it's been like for the two of you.
Well, first of all, for me, I have to say I felt a bit of an idiot when going back into Derby Jail. And I think actually my initial thought was, oh, God, I've made a complete fool of myself. But I don't know whether it was just a psychosomatic thing, but I couldn't help it.
But this is the second time that you've cried in that location.
Sick. At one point I thought I was going to faint, and I had to come out. And that to me is, you know, things have happened to us. We've not seen anything move or we've not heard anything, but Carl at the moment, just coming back from the last location, is actually round the back here being ill, being sick.
Right now. This is Carl in the car.
Yeah.
OK.
And because he brought out the residual energy, he's standing in one of the rooms, okay, by himself, and he came through. When the light came on, his colour had just drained completely. He was complaining of his eyes.
At the same time, Kath and Sally, they all heard a noise.
Let me just jump
room.
in.
Yeah.
Again, what I want to do is to show you what's happened tonight. Have a look at this.
Okay.
I'm getting the strong smell again of smoke and fire.
When the fire occurred on the 6th of May 1886, an actor, one of the actors he wasn't actually killed in the fire directly, he was dragged out of the flames by a man named William Hill, who went in and rescued him.
It's giving me William.
William?
Hear that?
I'm absolutely... I feel like I'm on fire. I'm absolutely boiling. What's it reading at?
It's a 10 mg.
It's giving me Elizabeth. To me it sounded like pain or...
Had a message from Peter Morris, whose great-great-grandmother actually was involved with the theatre, and her name was Elizabeth Payne.
It is very impressive. I actually found it quite fascinating. I haven't got a ready explanation for it. I mean, if
Just after the break, where Dawn Whittaker is going to join the investigative team, she is going to Derby Jail.
Cruelty to feelings. Okay. He's so proud. He's got big shoes.
Sorry.
Lie! He's saying to me, you are shit. He said to me, you are shit. Come on. Come on, Evie. It's Ludlam. No, step back. Step back from me. No, I said.
Ludlam.
Ludlam. Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
Ludlam.
So, that's what happened tonight. Derek, I have to say, you've come up with all these names. Blythe Simpson, William Marwood. Blythe Simpson was the jailer, William Marwood was the hangman. Also, you came up with Turner and Ludlam. Both of them were the Pendrick plotters, who were the last people to be hanged, drawn and quartered. But more interestingly, I think, is the fact that you came up with Elizabeth Payne, something you couldn't have read in a book, something that one of the viewers phoned in and said. I honestly think, Derek, you've been fantastic tonight.
Oh, well, you know, thankfully to the help of Sam, which we rely on, and also for those spirit people who really tried to give us confirmation who they were, and, you know, although there was a tinge of sadness, you know, David, in a lot of it, there was also that brightness that they made that effort, and they continue. Yes, Evie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And of course, we have left Kieran, of course, in the cellar.
Kieran and John. Kieran and John, and also Tom, our sound man, but
Hi.
they're together. Hello, Kieran, are you
John and
alright?
I, yeah, we've moved from the nasty and dark place in the cellar where Derek and yourself were before, just into another part of the cellar so we can conduct, you know, more observations.
You carry on, Kieran. I have to just say, I think it's been fantastic, and all that I have to do now is to say thank you to everyone, to Interactive, to David Wells, also to our historians. Matthew Smith has been fantastic, and of course our investigative team with Derek and Yvette at the helm once again. We will be back live tomorrow night at 9 o'clock here on Living TV. Remember, tomorrow is the actual summer solstice, where we can expect every form of paranormal activity to reach a zenith. Tomorrow, our investigators will be exploring a very weird building. Parts of it date from 1633. It holds countless mysteries. So, if you want stories of malevolent maggots, self-propelling chairs, frightening female ghosts, and mischievous kitchen maids, tune in tomorrow. Remember, it's live 9 o'clock tomorrow. It's only here on Living TV. It's the home of Most Haunted Live. From all of us here in Derby, good night.